Shalom, shalom. This is Naaman with the Great Millstone Camp here in DC, back for another video. But first and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Hakwadash, and of course, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways. Alright, week in and week out, not to mention the many videos that are uploaded out there for the edification of the hopeful elect of our people. Alright. And this goes all over the world. Alright. We let the internet do, or social media, whatever have you. Alright. Do the heavy lifting. Alright. And, you know, we plant that seed, and of course, the aid of the Holy Spirit, Yahweh Shai, the rest is up to them. We do what we were commanded to do. Alright. We're out here on that wall. Alright. Warning our people, or trying to. Alright. This is the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair uses are used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Alright, fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm going to be using a couple of videos. Alright, yeah, I think everyone, of course, if you haven't heard, Karmelo Anthony case, and this comes on the heels of another case in South Carolina where a young Jake was murdered. Let's just call it what it is. And in this case, we have a young Jake that at the time was just 3 years older than the young man who got killed in South Carolina. Alright. He tried to defend himself, and all the while by two bullies. And this is, you know, the cold reality, because we know the legal system when it comes to us is never fair, if you want to use that word. And in looking at this, I'm not a legal expert or anything, but yeah, they shot for the moon on this one. And what I mean by that, manslaughter, yeah, because it was not intentional. But with the aid of the media, and what's really strange is, and other people have noticed this, there is a video, but for some reason it hasn't been released so everyone can see, which leads me to believe, because you know, if they have Jake dead to rights, especially where there's video involved, you know, they're gonna post that. It's gonna leak somehow. And we come to find out there are some other things going on, rather shady, which I will say could be a ray of hope at the end of all this. Remember, we're in Texas, the case that is. Alright, and this was, let me just roll the video because I don't want to jump ahead. Alright, this is Muses 10101. This goes into Charleston White. Well, let's just hear what he says. Sometimes he's on some, you know.
Was read. I'm told that Karmelo Anthony was crying. He was shaking. His defense attorney kept his arm around his shoulders the entire time.
It showed very clearly that a black boy was allowed, not one black soul on a jury. It's not Karmelo! What do we want? Justice!
left the courtroom. The family walked out crying, screaming.
It almost felt like things happened in slow motion when that verdict came out.
It's a tragic situation all the way around. I'm glad there's accountability. I think the young man should go to prison for the rest of his life.
We already got the money set aside for appeals bond. Why? All white jury, the judge and the DA are buddies.
Definitely not a jury of his peers.
Best friend. That's been our trump card. We already knew that.
Charleston White spoke out after Karmelo Anthony, 19 years old, was found guilty of first-degree murder and a fatal stabbing Austin Metcalf. I just want to say this. Anytime something happens, we expect Charleston White to troll. But this time, it look like he on our side. And if you haven't been keeping up with the case and want to know more, make sure you watch the full video, because I break it down. Until then, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Music 101, the Street Report, and I'm back with another video. Let's get into it.
We already got the money set aside for appeals bond. Why? All white jury, the judge and the DA are buddies, along with the dad, best friend.
Yep.
That's been our trump card. We already knew that. God has spoken, and you cannot make me believe that as many gray-haired white women on that jury that's dealing with white guilt about going to heaven is not gonna have no compassion about a kid that's been straight A from the time he's ever read a book in school, has no history of violence, has saved children's lives by risking his own life by jumping in to save somebody from drowning. This kid has no violence. Did that. Austin, on the other hand, is a violent with some allegations hanging on his. That's why, man, they coerce them kids. But one thing about kids can't lie to professionals under pressure. When you was told, when you gave a statement in the beginning, you can't come back and amend it later and say, well, I meant. No, what you said that night is law. Back up right here. All them white people talking about what they gonna do, they ain't gonna do shit. If you think they're gonna find them guilty and they just put manslaughter on as a charge and it wasn't on there in the beginning, you don't know law. Yeah. We already got the money set aside for appeals bond. Why? All white jury, the judge and the DA are buddies, along with the dad, best friend. That's been our trump card. We already knew that. But we wanted everything to play out how they had.
Yeah, because
I can't wait till
and again, I'm not a professional, but all I've ever read and heard, and if there's any possible resemblance of what's the word I want to use? Bias, especially the judges. You're supposed to recuse yourself. I mean, this is America, and this particular state is Texas. It's all wicked. How did they expect for this? Well, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
The family, we waiting on each other. Yeah. I've been riding with the family since day one. I'm sorry, since day 5. I wouldn't got me a white woman. Yeah, I wouldn't got me a white woman. I'm a white woman.
All right, clowning ass. Let's go to Antonio Talks.
So we pretty much know all of the details involving the case of Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf.
Hope y'all
and
can
through
hear.
all of the witness testimony, facts brought up in the court, and just general information about this case, there is undeniable proof that Karmelo Anthony should be found not guilty. Now let me give you guys a quick rundown of this situation and how it unfolded. So they're at a track meet. While at this event, it started to rain. And the tent that this all took place under, Karmelo was under there because he knew someone that was inside of the tent. So a lot of people are trying to make this narrative that he just walked inside of a random tent. No, that wasn't the case. His school didn't have a tent. He knew somebody that was under the tent. They invited him under and he went in. Cool. Now, Austin's brother, I believe, started this incident. He went up to Karmelo and was like, hey, why are you here? Questioning him, yada, yada, right? Imagine you in Karmelo's situation. My homeboy said I could come in. We cool. I ain't bothering nobody. Nobody is raining outside. I'm just sitting here chilling. Then that's when Austin come up behind him. Once again, they arguing. They pressuring him to leave. And look, I get it. In this situation, Karmelo could have left. But who is Austin and Hunter to tell him to leave? This is the problem with a lot of white people. They always feel like they have to have authority. Y'all aren't the adults here. If it was that serious, go and grab a coach, somebody at the track meet to tell Karmelo to leave. But no, they wanted to be bullies and pester him, even though he was already invited in. Now, during this whole conversation, Karmelo verbally stated, please don't touch me. Keep your hands to yourself. And honestly, this can all be boiled down to keep your motherfucking hands to yourself. If you initiate a conflict, you cannot determine how the other person reacts. And in this situation, I will restate it again. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. If you don't start no problem, it won't be no problem. And even the knife that Karmelo had wasn't a knife. It was a multi-tool. It was only 3 inches long. And in the state of Texas, it was legal to have at that event and at school. So in court, they revealed that Austin didn't just push him to the ground. He basically like jacked him up and was on some, you know, he's a big dude. Karmelo is 5'8", barely probably 5'8", 130 pounds. A smaller frame kid. He was a kid. Austin and Hunter, they are bigger white dudes, right? 200 pounds, 6 foot. Not to mention, weeks prior, did y'all know that Austin ended up putting his own father in the hospital? He ended up beating up his dad and putting him in the goddamn hospital. So if he did that to his pops as one individual, imagine what both of them could have did together to little Karmelo. And ultimately, I'm gonna say this. This whole situation was, one, keep your hands to yourself. It could have been prevented. And also, two, this was a ego thing. Because if Austin would have just said, okay, you got it. I don't want you here. I'm just going to leave. Or he could have even just went and got an adult being a Karen. That would have been better in this situation. But yeah, y'all, this case isn't really going too well, man. In my opinion, the defense for Karmelo is doing a horrible job. There are so many holes that they could be poking into this prosecution's, you know, rebuttal against them. But they aren't really capitalizing. It's all making me think like, bro, they really want to put him under the jail.
No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say I'd be surprised if this stands on, you know, on appeal, but no, I won't. Even though this is why a lot of people are saying that the Anthony's family attorney, how incompetent can... Was this on purpose? Did he drop the ball? I hope. Wow. See, this is the thing you have to consider. This is, from what I've heard again, I gotta say it like that. This county, this area is akin to a sundown town type of setup. And not to blame the victims here, but you have to be real careful. You know, our communities are fucked up. So in knowing that, you try to find some place suitable to raise a child. And down that part of America, actually no place here is safe for us, but wow, in Texas. Here's a kid that, like they just said, they pointed out, never been in trouble, excellent student. In this one, that's scary when you really think about it. This instant, where the kid, and I heard, and I don't know how true it is too, but I don't want to say the kid was afraid of his own shadow type of thing, but he's not, he just was not built like that, you know. So yeah, the account that he was in fear of his safety, yeah. But see, this is when you get into these people all being on code, on one accord, and especially in towns like this. Being that now we know that, and he's going to get into this, that these people were friends. The father, the DA, and the judge. Let's continue on because I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm going to let him.
Not to mention, y'all, there is a huge conflict of interest. Austin's dad is friends with the judge on this case.
The gig is up, people. They done found the photo of the judge, Jet Metcalf, the dad, having a celebration at a Christmas party. Thanks to Sam's Secret Service, he came with the proof, but I want to say he was having trouble confirming it. So I did my own investigation and did a little research myself just to confirm that the image is real and not AI generated. And it seems nobody have told Jack Metcalf to keep his Facebook page on private while the trial is active, because all of this evidence is all on his Facebook
Look at
page.
that.
All you have to do is search up Jeff Metcalf, and all of the images is right there. And the jury and nobody see this as a conflict of interest.
Right.
You have to be fucking kidding me.
Hey, I want to give a big shout out to Charleston White. And I know he be in the media saying a lot of crazy shit, but I honestly think that he's playing the character, man. Charleston be in the community actually doing shit for the black community. But I just want to applaud him for how he been moving behind Karmelo lately in the media. When this situation first came out, Charleston was out and loud, talking shit about Karmelo, because he don't tolerate the dysfunction in the black community. So he blindly didn't know anything and was just talking shit about Karmelo. But what ended up happening was Karmelo's dad ended up seeing Charleston's video and was like, hold on, bro, you got it wrong. He wasn't even mad at Charleston. He was like on some, friendly shit. Like, I want to tell you all the facts. I want to show you the videos and, state my case. So once all of that was done, Charleston got his information and he came out and he's been standing on 10. He saw the video. He been getting all the evidence together. Like, he is a first-hand witness of this whole situation. And everything he's been saying is just making sense. And he has multiple videos. We're going to watch some of his videos right here. But I guarantee y'all go watch the video on Say Cheese. I'm going to put the picture up on the screen. Go check it out.
So there's a video that's been released by Frisco Independent School District, because this is public information. And if you want to see this video, you can go up to Frisco Independent School District.
Not to mention, they got a video. Just think about it. Why wouldn't they release this video if it showed what really happened? If it was really damning and showed that Austin was doing nothing wrong, or it was just a simple shove, why didn't they show this video? They already trying to slander his name. They would have been put out this goddamn video.
And see this video. That's why Sarah J. Fields and Austin Metcalf's dad, and now they've drugged the mom in, but they're trying to debunk people from going to see the video. Why do you think Sarah J. Fields, she released the indictment before anybody had the indictment, and she got a woman fired? Because they're using a new Jim Crow systematic tactic where they got the people inside the courts, they got the people inside, and they're working against the Karmelo Anthony family on behalf of Sarah J. Fields, because she's a precinct chair and she's threatening to use her power from her precinct chair, I think District 30, to get people unelected and get people elected. They don't go against this case. So she's trying to use political power to influence and persuade this case. That is what Sarah J. Fields have partnered with Austin's family and trying to do. The mom wasn't too much in it. The mom's really been grieving. Jeff Metcalf has been playing for the camera because he's been an absent father who abused the mom, and he think he can get back in with mom, and mom doesn't want anything to do with Jeff. That's why you don't see them standing in the camera together like.
Yep, so he come from a broken home, and we know this leads to dysfunction. So Austin and his brother, they already fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They bullies.
So Sarah has a lady who works for the Collin County Courts who just lost her job, who released the indictment before anybody had this. So for whatever reason, Sarah is getting all this information, and she's coming to misconstrue the information, and she's giving out misinformation and false information. Number one, the family has not touched the GoFundMe money. GoFundMe froze the money because the lawyers are trying to get the money. The lawyers are trying to get the money.
And I've been seeing so many videos of people keep putting out this misinformation right here. Oh, they bought a house with the money. They already had money. They had bread. I don't know why y'all be thinking we so broke in America. We got more money than y'all in 2026. The system fucking y'all over worse, but we've been telling y'all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
And not the family, it's the lawyers. The first group of people came through was civil rights lawyers trying to play for a civil rights lawsuit as if this was a police shooting. That's why they went with the race card. Biggest mistake they could have made. First mistake I told them they made, playing the race card.
Yeah.
Now the white people was waiting for black people to play the race card. Now they're playing the race card in ways that we can't see. It's called racism. It's hidden in the fabrics. It's embedded in the fabrics of the design of America. So it's not blatant. You can't see it.
Literally.
Yep.
And I just want to interrupt again, but this is why we see so many of these, other conservatives that were talking down on Chud the Builder. These real white supremacists that run the world, they don't like people like Chud because he's too obnoxious and out loud with his racism. These real people, they want the racism to be slight, the dog whistle type of racism. They look down on people like Chud. He's a poor, white, Southern dude they look down on. It's really a class thing. So when Chud came out calling people the N-word, he's like, hold on. A lot of these real white supremacists was like, bro, you're making us look bad. We seen Nick Fuentes call him out. I seen so many of these other white supremacists call this guy out because they don't like how he's moving. They need it to be covert. You making it hot. But in this case of Austin Metcalf, the way his dad is pulling these strings, that is the real type of racism that we deal with. And it's so hard to prove sometimes. So it make it seem like we're victims and we're, crybabies for calling these type of things out. But these people are the biggest narcissists ever. They literally will make you think you're going crazy, man.
So Sarah, let's tell the truth. Jeff, let's tell the truth. You even said in an interview that you're talking too fucking much online, Jeff.
Yep. And I want to show that right here. Let's go to that clip. So look, this was an interview, right? And it was between his mom and the brother. And in the background, the dad is back there coaching, telling them what to say. And when the reporter brings it up, they try to deny it. And then you're going to see that one of them I think he's going to tell his mom to stop talking so much. So let's see it.
It's just a tragedy what happened.
And then what happened, Austin? After your brother stepped up, what happened then?
Y'all heard that?
There he is in the background.
Who I can hear in the side, by the way. I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night. Okay, someone else.
They lied right off the
tell her to shush. Like, do y'all see this shit?
I saw an interview last night. Okay, someone else.
Seems like they had some rehearsal of what to actually say instead of the truth, man. But yeah, and I want to show you guys this final video right here because ultimately this is what a lot of these white folks want. And I'm so proud of the way the black community has been standing behind Karmelo because ultimately what they want is for us to just throw him out to the wolves, even though he did nothing but defend himself. Listen to what this I hate this Jake Lang dude, by the way. Listen, he's not even fucking white for real. White people don't even really accept him. They say he a Jew. Anyway, listen to what he got to say.
From a tree outside this courthouse. Karmelo Anthony should be hanging from a tree.
Yeah, he's an instigator.
Established race relations in this country.
This is why I tell all my black folks, man, stay armed, keep up with your health, okay? Eat right, stay fit, and stay educated. As long as you got those three tangibles together, you're good. That's it for this video, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, just like my last Karmelo video, half of this money will be going to Karmelo's donation fund. I will put the link down below in the description. I think the best thing we can do is just stay organized behind the scenes. Keep supporting this brother financially. We got Karmelo. You know what I'm saying? That's our little brother. That's like our little cousin. Like, we standing 10 toes behind him. And I want to end this video off with this. Black people have the right to defend themselves. So pretty much all of the details involved in the case of Karmelo.
I'm finna treat her like she black today. Everything she want. You want some wings? You want some chicken wings? Say no, listen. I told y'all everything I told y'all about that mother. I told y'all last year the boys had dope in their system. I told y'all it wasn't a knife. It was a compass tool. It wasn't even long enough to get it. It wasn't even long enough to pierce his heart. Say, listen, I don't give a damn how it goes. Automatic win on appeal. All white jewelry, everybody 50 plus older. You mean to tell me they can't find nobody that's a jury of his peers? A jury of his peers. I cannot believe Collin County dropped the ball like this here. I cannot believe as Collin County has been since they have existed.
That's the cruiser going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cruiser going on.
It's freedom of the city.
I got him, Caleb. I got him. I got him. I got him, Caleb. I got him. I got him.
Karmelo Anthony, class of 2025, Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas. Karmelo Anthony, class of 2025, Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas.
Man, they got this boy in. Oh my goodness. Huntsville. Oh my goodness. This place is... Boy, 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 boy. This is what America is for us. This is Psalms 23 and 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Alright, the valley of the shadow of death. Alright, let's go get another one here. Let's see. This is Psalms 44 and 9. I think I want to start up. Let's see. Because this is what a lot of us don't do. Alright. And I'll start at 4. Thou art my king, O Most High, whose name is Yahweh. Command deliverances for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. Alright, for I will not trust in my bow, and neither shall my sword save me. Alright, and this is another thing. Because this is Edom's, well, blessing they got from their, their forefather Esau, Jacob's brother. All right. And of course, these generations now, yeah, they trust in that Gat, that, taking up a lot of bad, that is not our blessing. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. It says, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies, and hast put them to shame that hated us. A lot of this, what you're seeing now with these Edomites, it reeks of desperation. All right. They're not enjoying the things that their foreparents were, especially when it comes to Jake. With Jim Crow, and they long for those days. They still hear the stories about how they could just shit all over Jake, all right, and get away with it. All right, it says, in the Most High we boast all the day long, and praise thy name forever, Selah. But thou hast cast off and put us to shame, and goest not forth with our armies. All right, because this is what, look at what our people have become here. All right, and this is why we're trying to tell our people to, you got to repent. It tells you, let me get this real quick and I'll come back. It tells you, and let's see, is it First Chronicles or Second Chronicles 7? Let's see. Let's start at 12. Yeah. All right. And this is it. All right. Second Chronicles chapter 7 verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. But is that going to happen? No. That's why we're in the mess that we're in now. Hosea 4:1, Hosea 5:15. All right, he's gonna turn away from us until we acknowledged. And in fact, let me get that real quick. I don't want to butcher it. All right, Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place till they, who's the they? Israel, acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. See, there's times coming that we are fastly approaching. Quickly approaching. All right. And the prophecies say that what's coming is worse than what has been. Think about that. These people are losing out. They're desperate. And it's something I always say, and when I get the opportunity, and this is one of those opportunities, you have to consider. Now, the history that we have, we know the atrocities that these bastards have committed to acquire what they have. How much more will they do in order to try to hold on to it, knowing that they're going down? That's what you're actually seeing with how they're acting now. All right, let's go back. Yeah, why didn't they show these images?
Yeah, you gotta.
The lamb.
How the lamb, baby?
Eating that lamb. $35 years. God.
Wait, this video is sponsored by Free Cash, the app that's literally paying people to play games. All you gotta do is scan the QR code on the screen right now, or click the link pinned in the comment section. You got your phone.
Can't stop it, but I can silence it.
2025, a tragic confrontation at a high school track meet in Frisco, Texas, ended with 17-year-old Austin Metcalf losing his life. According to investigators, witnesses' testimony, Karmelo Anthony, who attended a different Witnesses say Austin Metcalf and others repeatedly asked Anthony to leave their area because it was designated for their team. The situation quickly became heated, with both teenagers exchanging words. Multiple witnesses reported that Anthony warned Metcalf not to touch him. The confrontation then turned physical when Metcalf shoved Anthony.
He's like, make me move. Also grabbed his backpack. This kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab.
Police say Metcalf then went to move Anthony from under the tent. And at that point, Karmelo Anthony allegedly pulls out a knife and stabs Metcalf in the chest. Metcalf died in his twin brother's arms.
Anthony was arrested at the scene and later claimed he acted in self-defense.
One of the most anticipated witnesses was that student who knew both Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. He testified that tensions escalated after Anthony was asked to leave the memorial team tent. He told jurors Anthony became angry, challenged Austin to move him, and appeared to be provoking a confrontation before Austin put his hands on him. He described Austin falling backwards, lifting his shirt and yelling that he'd been stabbed. He also said he and Karmelo Anthony were not good friends. But on cross-examination, the jury was shown photos of the two together at parties, social gatherings, and at a track meet weeks before the stabbing. This was in an effort to show that they were much closer than the witness acknowledged. And then when asked why he didn't intervene, he said he really didn't know, and why he didn't tell his teammates that he knew Anthony, to calm everyone down.
Prosecutors argued that the stabbing was unjustified, escalation of a verbal dispute.
See there? Some acquaintance, some friend, he could have smoothed over that shit. Wow.
While the defense maintained Anthony feared but life. The case drew national attention and became the subject of tense debate online. In June 2026, a jury found Karmelo Anthony guilty of murder and sentenced him to 35 years in prison.
Let me interrupt you. The verdict is in. It is 35 years is the sentence, not under passion. 35-year sentence. for Karmelo Anthony, eligible for parole after serving half of that time. So,
wow.
There's the sentence.
What's your reaction? There's the sentence. Wow. Again, I'm coming from a unique perspective. I was a prosecutor. I have prosecuted people that have killed people, that have harmed children, that have harmed babies. I have defended people that have killed multiple people. I have a death penalty case that I'm of right now, and I will tell you. In my 17 years, I think these set of facts, a jury coming to the conclusion that 35 years in prison is an appropriate sentence, is quite incredible. It's quite incredible. I'm slightly blown away. I will tell you that it's important that we always remember here in Texas that you have a range of punishment. The range of punishment for a murder conviction is anywhere from 5 years to 99 years or life. And regardless of the sentence that you receive, in the state of Texas, you are required to serve half of your sentence or 30 years, whichever is less. So in this particular instance, he's sentenced to 35 years. Before he becomes eligible for parole, he will have to serve half of that sentence. What is that, 16 and a half years, 17 and a half years?
Roughly 17
before.
And that may very well have been the age of Austin Metcalf when this happened in 2025.
I think that
17.
I think you're right about that, Sean.
Absolutely. I'm actually surprised differently. I again felt like it was going to be longer.
According to the online critics and the people that's there in person standing on the front line, this case is not about is Karmelo Anthony guilty or innocent. The narrative around this case is about black and white race. Yeah. See, the picture that's being painted, Karmelo Anthony was approached by two tall, strong white boys that's athletes.
Now watch this.
Karmelo Anthony, this short, brave, small black kid that stood up for himself after he was bullied. See, the people were saying if the roles was flipped and two strong, tall black athletes approached a small, brave, short white kid, and that white kid would have stabbed and killed one of those two strong black boys, they saying he would have got off for self-defense. But since Karmelo Anthony is black, the people feel like he was guilty the moment he defended himself. Charleston White also spoke about this prior, and this is what he had to say.
So let me just say this, since I said that. I want to take the time to apologize to Karmelo Anthony's family. Now, all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid.
Yeah, he was just embarrassed.
I was all the way wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting his father regularly. And I had opportunity to talk, peace and love. He go beat these charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So I'm taking a knife to school. Fuck knife. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over with because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He was a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side. One of the white boys on that side. So either way go, they had him locked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big body, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy coming into the picture playing like he been around. The daddy ain't been around. We would think the black daddy ain't around. The white daddy ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in life. So he just come and get the light. He just come and get the light. So he'll low down dirty. His sons are bullies. They bullied on the kid that's no, because he's black. Gets him up under the chin. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating up people. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong crowd. He should have killed both of them. With a that's mind his motherfucking business. That don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they trying to make it about race.
Now, as you heard Charleston White say the dad, the judge, and the DA is cool, they friends. Well, allegedly, this is true. A former judge also spoke out, and this is what she had to say.
Shout out to Secret Service Sam. He has released this photo, which is allegedly a photo of the father of the victim in the Karmelo Anthony case, the district attorney, and the judge. If true, this is a huge issue. Previously, I served as an associate judge, and later on, I had cases in front of other judges. When I would have those cases in front of those other judges, every last one of those judges, sua sponte, meaning without motion, recuse themselves out of fairness. That's just what you do. Now, mind you, regarding those other judges, I had never been to their homes. It was nothing personal. We just knew each other socially. Some of us had run for judge together on the same ticket, but I didn't know their personal business. We had never even gone out to eat. This appears to be
It would almost seem that their hatred for this kid was such that they overlooked this or just didn't give a damn. Their sole mission was to send this kid up the river. Because again, they're friends with the father.
an intimate gathering of some sort. At a minimum, legally, you're supposed to disclose that to the other side and give the other side the option
Exactly.
to file a motion for recusal, or the judge is supposed to sua sponte, meaning on their own motion, meaning even if no one asked, recuse themselves. So this is a huge issue. I anticipate this is likely going to be the cause of a set of motions if it was not previously disclosed to defense counsel. And I can't see defense counsel being okay with that relationship, even if it were previously disclosed, unless it was a situation where they felt like Judge Roach was the lesser of other evils, meaning the other judges that potentially this case could have been reassigned to were more trifling than Judge Roach. Head to my YouTube channel. I'm going to give you my own personal experience of being before him and why I believe that he's trifling, why I think he's one of the worst judges in Collin County. I'm going to break that down on my YouTube channel. Girl, Is That Legal on YouTube? See you guys over there.
See, the situation is, the state is saying him stabbing Austin wasn't justified because he was only pushed. And in Texas, a simple push does not automatically justify using deadly force, such as stabbing somebody.
All right, anybody ready?
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Good evening. I'm Greg Willis, Collin County District Attorney. Today, justice was served. A year ago, when this senseless murder unfolded, I said that it had struck a deep nerve in Collin County and far beyond. I asked our community to ignore all the noise and instead be level-headed and patient as the process worked. And today,
the noise, that's what he calls the people outside reacting to this bullshit. The noise.
The process delivered accountability. We are grateful to this jury, and we are grateful that the good citizens of Collin County had an opportunity to weigh in on this case. I'm proud of the exceptional work of Bill Werski and our team of prosecutors, DA investigators, and victim advocates, and all the good and outstanding men and women of the Collin County District Attorney's Office. We thank all the parents and brave kids who did the right thing. Despite the trauma of witnessing the senseless murder at a school track meet, they cooperated fully and testified truthfully. Their courage was essential to securing justice in this case.
Wow.
I'm especially honored to be joined here today by Jeff and Megan Metcalf and their son Hunter. Their strength and grace through this has been Their strength and grace throughout this unimaginable journey has been inspiring. They won't be taking questions at this time, but their presence here speaks volumes about their commitment to seeking justice for Austin. I want to thank Judge Rhodes for presiding over this trial with fairness and efficiency. I want to thank Frisco PD for their investigation. I want to thank the Collin County Sheriff's Office led by Sheriff Skinner for providing the security for the courthouse. I want to thank all law enforcement throughout the county for making this a safe trial for everyone. This verdict sends a clear message. Violence like this won't be tolerated in our Collin County community, and we remain committed to protecting our schools and standing with victims and their families. Thank you.
While Austin Metcalf, friends, family, community feel like justice was served, Karmelo Anthony, friends, family, and community feel like he had an unfair trial. They feel like he wasn't judged by his peers. Check out this next clip, and if you're enjoying the content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications. It's free. Well, for me.
It showed very clearly that a black boy was allowed, not one black soul on a jury. An all white jury convicted him in 2 to 3 hours. We know that they did not prove their case, but we know that the Next Generation Action Network put the first $10,000 towards an appellate attorney. And we will fight Collin County like hell. I respected this process. I allowed and called for peace in this process. But Black America should be very upset about what went on today. Now, before all of the internet lawyers and before all of the interpretation of the situation, I'm only an advocacy leader. I'm not an attorney. I can only help families be able to navigate these processes when they find themselves in this type of situation. I can only allow lawyers to be what they are, lawyers. I can't instruct them. I can't stop them from doing anything. I have to respect the process just like anybody else. But what we saw today was flawed, unjust.
It's all fucking wicked.
And I ask that the community continue to pray for the Anthony family. I do not speak for them, but I know that the Next Generation Action Network will be here as support. My heart hurts right now because an ignorance of the law was done here today. Clear. We posted the jury instructions. And right now, what we are seeing is a travesty.
Now we're going to see who stand up for Dallas. All you rappers, X, Blue Dallas, everybody who been polluting this gangster lifestyle, all the YNs, all the drill rappers, we want to see where y'all at. We want to see where y'all at right now, because this is an innocent boy who was trying to protect himself. Now we're finna see who y'all riding for their culture. Because y'all been putting this negative energy out through this music. We're finna see who really what they talking about. Don't just try to take from the people. Now the people need the help. Now we're finna see who really stand up, because this boy was an innocent boy who would have dealt with each and every one of us, or whatever y'all say, because this is what y'all rap about. We're finna see who all stand up for their community.
Let's see how that works out. All right. So, what do you think? All right. Yeah, we all know it's bullshit, but the thing is, this kid, I mean, prison down there ain't no joke. Any of those southern, deep south, and a few mid-south states. All right, yeah. Prison isn't nice anywhere, but damn. And, you know, like I say, it's not over either way, because who knows what else they got planned once. Because those Texas prisons, too, are dominated by, you know, these white supremacists. So who knows what they got planned for this kid, you know. Damn. All right, that's going to be it. Well, let me get them, because these people, they're like all giddy and, yeah, we got them and all this. Just remember this. Alright, as soon as I get it here. This is James 2. At 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Not only that, But they knew these boys were pieces of shit. One of them, I can't remember which one, put his own father in the hospital. They keep talking about Jake coming from broken families and shit. This is a prime example. And you can just see in that clip how he talked to his mother. So you know she didn't have any real authority over that household. The father was abusive to her. How long those boys have run that household. And come to find out, at the time that this shit went down, those brothers were suspended from school. So what were they doing there? See, this is the thing that they're talking about. Anthony's lawyer or lawyers dropped the ball. How many people were actually for the prosecutor's team? Yeah, it's a wicked ass system. They can manipulate it however they want to. But with that, once again, I hope whoever has viewed this video has been edified. That's what we aim to do here at Great Millstone. We filter everything through the scriptures. All right. Damn shame. Damn shame. But you better believe there's more of this to come. All right. So once again, like I always say, keep your head on a swivel here. All right. Keep those eyes and ears open. So till the next video, hey, shalom.